Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. This is Talking Animal Sense, and I'm your host, Karen Palmer. I am the Mindful Media Mom and the Queen of Global Kindness. And this is going to be a show to help you to learn how to have a more improved and more connected relationship with your pets. So please invite your followers and please share this out. I'm going to invite some people in, let people know that we are live. So if you could do the same, I would really appreciate that. And let's get this room filled with some love and some light. I'm going to invite. So if you could invite people, that would be great. I'm going to be talking to you about what exactly is animal communication and how can you really bring this skill into your day-to-day life. And whether it's with your own pets or with animals out in nature, all different ways that you can learn to connect with your animals. And so please invite your followers. Please share this out. I'm going to try and share it out to some groups here and let people know we are live. Hello, Gypsy Allen. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, John. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, John. Thanks for inviting people. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. It's Thankful Thursday. So welcome, Debbie Garcia. Please share this out. We're going to talk about what exactly is animal communication, and we're going to actually start having this experience. Good morning. Good morning. So I encourage you to have a notebook with you. Yes, please share this out. If you could share this out to all of your groups and share this out and let people know that we are live. Oh, Gemma's listening. Hi, Gemma. Awesome. Hi, sweetheart. I'm glad that you're here. So we're going to talk about all the different ways that we are receiving and sending communication telepathically. Okay, so we're going to talk about the ways that our animals are sending us messages and the ways that we are receiving messages. We're also going to talk about the way that we're sending messages and the way that we are receiving messages. So I'm going to go deep into this with you guys, and I'm going to encourage you to have this be an experience that you can really have a visceral experience, an experience that you do your own documentation, and I encourage you to get my book, which is globalkindnesstv.org/puppy love. You can get a copy of my book, and you can go along with the classes because I'm going to be doing these live with you, talking to you about each of the different chapters. And also get yourself a nice journal that you can, a notebook where you can start to take notes. And hi, Sharon Dodd, welcome. Thanks for being here. So that you have a notebook and you can take notes on all the different ways that you're seeing these changes in yourself and in your pets. I'm going to make sure I do some more inviting here. So that we can talk a little bit more about exactly what is animal communication and how it can benefit you. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the energy of animal communication and how you can start to see how you've already been communicating with your animals. Okay, so animal communication is a lot of things. It's the communication between humans and animals. It's the communication between animals among animals in different species. And it comes in the form of body language, species-specific sounds and languages, signals, and ultimately telepathy. So telepathy is a transference of pictures, words, and feelings. Animals communicate this way. And this is a great example when you start to see how a small herd of deer will take off without a seeming signal, or a flock of birds all seem to know how they need to get out of the way. Welcome from Scotland. Awesome. When we talk or think, we are actually thinking in pictures. And when we speak out loud, whether we know it or not, we are transmitting pictures. We're always picking up on pictures, even if we don't realize it. So I like to illustrate this as when you suddenly get off the couch, as if you were a robot being driven by something, and you go and get the leash to walk your dog, you are already getting messages and directions being sent from your dog. So if your dog is picking up the leash and showing you the leash, that is a clear direction. But they're also sending you pictures and sending you telepathic messages through pictures. And pictures, words, and feelings are telepathically being banded about at all times. So have you ever experienced that? Yay, now you can hear. Okay, awesome. Have you ever experienced that? Type into the chat if you've ever felt that you have these telepathic gifts. So true. I've been explaining this to people to enhance quicker healing. Awesome, John. Wonderful. Yes, this is, animals and people. We can telepathically send, this remote healing. We can send energetic healing. We can send frequency healing. At home, we can send this energy out as a healing frequency, and we can receive it back because it's all connected. So transmitting our emotional feelings, as we talked about earlier, Debbie G and I were on the show earlier for Capagrata, and she was saying that her dog, Foxy, will go and get the leash and start dancing around in circles. Now that is clear communication. Yes, even more now since the energy is changing. Yes, Julie Davis, you're noticing. Yes, Foxy is a great communicator. And see, the more you notice it, the more easy this communication is going to get. So transmitting your emotional feelings, people recognize this a little bit easier, yet it is all part of the telepathic spectrum. So have you ever walked into the room and felt the sadness of another person, whether it's a human or you got your niece Bree watching for the first time? Awesome, Gypsy Allen. Welcome, Bree. Thanks for being here. So have you ever gone into the room and noticed that in that room you feel drawn to somebody who may be feeling sad, or you may notice that there's a wounded animal, or you've noticed the energy? So this is you receiving telepathic transmissions, okay? So both of these examples are explanations of our emotional feelings being passed through the invisible, beautiful, cosmic, amazing, unified field, right? So this mirror is a neuron, and this neuron mirrors another neuron. And we have these mirror neurons, and it's responsible for the transmission or the mirroring of our certain feelings. So when we go to the movies and we watch a character on screen and we see them fall down the stairs, we often catch ourselves saying, ouch, like that character, we felt that bump. I felt that. We feel it because that is a mirror neuron at work, okay? So a mirror neuron is empathy in our physiology. Okay. So if you've ever felt like you got a pain in your legs suddenly, or you have a twinge in your back, and you notice that, somebody else is noticing they have a twinge in their back, you're seeing this amazing mirror neurons happening. See, they're invisible. And this is the power that you have with this communication. So your animals in your household are picking up on the pictures, words, and feelings at all times. And you're moving through these pictures and feelings at all times. So if you come home from work after a stress-filled day, they are aware of it. And if you're not in your game because of your physical health or whatever, you're being seen as the weak link in the pack. So it's really important that we realize that when you are having this telepathy experience, telepathy knows no time and no space. And so when you feel this energy, you're going to start to notice that it's really powerful how you can connect with your animals. And I want you to start to notice it. So this is where I want you to do with your notebook today. Okay. So when you start working with your animal, the first thing that you want to do is you want to create a space. Our minds usually reject this. Thank you for keeping this awareness. Super important information. Thank you, John. Yes. And this is a very empowering show about learning how to connect with our animals so that we can really connect better with our human family and our human selves and our human self, our self. So that we can really start to bring this energy into our own families. It's really important that we start to understand that when we work with our animals, we actually start to open the doorway to having easier communication with our family members. Okay. So will you guys take this beautiful journey with me? Type in the chat. Yes, I'll take this journey. I'm going to get myself a notebook. I'm going to try this. I'm going to give this a good old beautiful opportunity to explore and expand my capabilities. I think I will try this, So type in the chat. Yes, I am going to. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm excited about this. So we're going to talk about how do you become connected to using this telepathic gift so that you're starting to use it on a regular basis and you're starting to notice and paying attention to it. Yes, awesome, Gypsy Allen. And whether you're watching live or on the replay, it doesn't matter because you'll be able to come in, you'll be able to do these practices, you'll be able to continue to do the practice, you'll be able to continue to see all the different ways that you already have these gifts. Okay. That's what this show is going to be all about, is really, really helping you to remember your magnificence, to remember your gifts, to remember your true nature, to remember your incredible multisensory gifts. So what are multisensory gifts? I want you guys to write this down in your journal. Okay. Write these down in your journal if you have a journal. If you don't have a journal, you can come back and do this after, and you can come back and watch on the replay. But there are multisensory gifts. So we have multisensory gifts. Hi, Margaret Ellen. Thanks for being here. So share this out. Share it on your timeline. Let people know that we're live on your timeline. And we're going to talk about how, we share our gifts. So we share our gifts. So I'm encouraging you to get yourself a notebook and to write down these multi-sensory gifts that you're going to be looking for. You're going to be watching for the evidence, okay? So when you're watching for evidence, you're going to start to see different patterns. You're going to start to see different signals and different ways that you receive telepathic messages from your pets, okay? So the first way that we talked about is pictures in your head. So that is clairvoyance, okay? So when you are clairvoyant, you have clear seeing. When you have clear seeing, that means that you are getting pictures in your head. And when you are open to receive messages from your pets, from your friends, from your animals, from your clients, from all, this is going to help you in so many different ways. But you can start with the animals because the animals are easy and they don't have any judgments. And they're not going to criticize you. They're not going to, make fun of you. You're going to be able to have that clear seeing with them. You're going to be able to see that, yes, thank you for typing that into the chat. So that's number one, is clear seeing. Number two is clear audience. Clear audience is clear hearing. When we have that multisensory experience of clearly hearing things. So we are tuned into a higher frequency and we're actually able to connect with the telepathic messages that the animals are sending to us. So that's clear hearing. Clear a sentence is clear feeling. So that's when you feel the energy, like we just talked about, when you're in a room and you walk into the room and you feel somebody's really sad or you feel somebody's really happy and you are gravitating toward their energy. That is when you have clear a sentence. A lot of people consider themselves empaths, right? So a lot of people consider themselves empaths. I think everyone is an empath. I think everyone is an empath. Oh, thank you, John. This information is priceless. Oh, thank you. I'm so grateful that you see the value in this. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I appreciate that. So when we have that clear sentence, we notice this feeling when something just isn't right or something doesn't feel correct, like something feels off or something feels great. So we're noticing our feelings. This is when we really tune that up and we really turn that up. We really turn that energy up. We turn up the energy for clear sentence. We turn that energy way up, right? So, and the next piece is clear cognizance. That's just clear knowing. That's just, you don't know why you know, but you just know. And clear knowing is when you just know it. You just know it and you don't have to explain it. You don't have to go into detail about it. You don't have to, impress anybody with it. You don't have to get any recognition or any approval from it. You just know it. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today, are these 4 clears. And how do we start to see these 4 clears working in our day-to-day life? Well, first and foremost, I want you to start noticing, just make a little note to yourself in your journal. Okay. Something that you feel very, very clear cognizant about, something that you just know about your pet, okay? Something that you just know it. You just feel it. You know it. It's truth to you. And it's something that you are really, really confident about. Okay, so write that into your journal. If you want to type it into the chat, you can type it into the chat. But you can write into your journal, I have a clear knowing about, and then fill in the blank, fill in the about your pet, and then go into exactly what you have that clear knowing about. Okay? Okay. So we're going to talk about how do we get those pictures, right? How do we start to receive our messages? How do we start to be open to receive, right? How do we begin our receiving lesson? So let's look at receiving from an animal's point of view, okay? So when we're connecting with animals, it's really easy. At first, it's really easy because I have a clear knowing about my pet's behavior. Wonderful, wonderful. Glad we're back, Karen. Me and Mom have missed you. Oh, Missy Dodd, I miss you too. I love you. I'm glad thank you. Yes, being a healer of some sort, not sure what my specialty is. I have many. Wonderful, John. Wonderful. So this is going to help you so much. This information is worth starting to write it down. So these are the things that you want to start noticing, okay? So when you are receiving messages and you feel that you are receiving the pictures in your head, or you're having the sounds of, maybe it's a pet that you had when you were a child, an animal that has passed on, that's on the other side. And maybe you feel that you're being guided by that animal. See, that was what happened for me with my lucky girl. When my lucky girl left her physical body, she was 18 years old and 2 months, and I had her for her whole life. When she left her physical body, I started to expand my incredible gifts. My gifts just expanded, exponentially, because I asked to be in service, and I said, how may I serve? So write that into your journal. How may I serve? How may I serve? When you set that intention and you open yourself up to receive, how may I serve is a beautiful way that you can start to receive. So the information, it's really important that you start to see that once you start using these techniques and you start noticing, initially, I want you to know that you are deeply, deeply connected. How may I serve? Beautiful, Margaret Ellen. How may I serve? So when you're in this deep connection and you're asking, how may I serve? The main reason that, how would God like me to serve? Beautiful. My dog seems poorly contained, keeps coughing. Well, you can do some healing energy by sending healing energy. I'm not a veterinarian, so I can't give medical advice, but I'm sharing energy healing that you can use that can be really, really helpful. Hi, Gina Marie. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so these are some things that we can do for receiving. So make sure that you're paying attention to the way that you're receiving, right? And start noticing that you are receiving different ways in different forms. And like we said, we talked about all the different ways that we receive. And then think about ways that you're sending energy, right? So how are we sending energy? So how do we send energy? Believe it or not, the pictures that we hold on can create imaginable breakdowns in communication. Feelings and words can fuel that failure, but the pictures that we hold on to are the signals, whether we are aware that we are transmitting them or not. So think about that, okay? So think about that. Now, this is where we bring in the universal law of attraction, okay? So we're going to use this as an example. So let's say that you have a dog who likes to bark when you have company. When your company comes to the door, the doorbell rings. It's just a regular thing. It's a normal thing for them. They just automatically start barking when the doorbell rings. Okay, so this is a breakdown in communication. Okay, so if you don't want your dog to bark, some people want their dog to bark, but if you don't want your dog to bark, then you want to give clear communication, sending a visualization, sending a telepathic message, sending a vision, a picture in your head of how you would like them to act. Okay, so I have this in my first chapter in the book here when we are talking about how these energies are affecting. So how these energies are affecting. So you want to imagine, start by imagining how you would like the animal to be behaving. So what you start doing is you start sending that visual, that picture in your mind, in your mind's eye, which is right here, the third eye, right between your two eyes. So you want to start sending that vision, sending that thought, sending that vision and that picture of how you would like them to behave. Okay, and you want to act as if it's already happened. So you want to start thinking about it as if it's already happened. So you want to start really, really thinking about, oh boy, it will be so wonderful when, when Kaylee just sits and listens when I have company coming, and she gets to know that this is the clear direction that I want for her to, that I will take care of the company that's coming in, and that her job is to sit and wait and be in the sit-stay position. And then when they sit and they stay, then you'll be able to give them a treat. So this is what you want to, this is what you want to do. Yes. So these are things that you can do. Like I said, you'll have this book that we're going to be going through. So I wanted to go through that with you, how your energy affects your dog. Okay. So let's talk about this. Positive thinking, engaging in positive thinking certainly makes life more pleasurable. One positive thought is likely to generate another. This is the law of attraction. This steady stream of thoughts will flow whether you direct it or not. So positive thinking is a powerful, scientifically viable method for helping change lives. This is one of my favorite quotes. And I guess it was an anonymous quote, but watch your thoughts, for they become words. Choose your words, for they become actions. Understand your actions, for they become habits. Study your habits, for they become your character. Develop your character, for it becomes your destiny. So think about using positive thinking is a great way to get results. There's another great way to communicate with your pets, and it's called telepathy. Telepathy is the transference of thoughts, feelings, and images between two or more subjects. So, researchers at the University of Florida set out to better understand the origins of exactly how it is that dogs respond to human gestures, focusing specifically on what the studies lead: attentional states. To do that, they set up several different experiments. Dogs from domesticated situations and shelters were given a choice to beg for food from a person with her face or eyes concealed, versus one whose attention was fixed on the dogs. The same experiment were conducted with wolves. The idea being that it would show whether or not they have some kind of genetic barrier that prevents them from responding to cues of attention in the same way that dogs can, as previous studies suggested. What the researchers found is that both the dogs and the wolves were less likely to beg for food from the experimenters who had their backs to them, which indicates a capacity to behave in accordance with a human's attentional state. The author wrote, in other words, most of the canines and wolves displayed some kind of ability, perhaps inherent, to sense how people were acting, regardless of how they grew up in contact with humans or not. But the researchers also found that, generally speaking, dogs raised as pets rather than in shelters were more likely to respond to cues when they had humans' attention. This indicates that the course of living with and being cared for by humans, that they learn to understand and to communicate. Do you see how awesome that is? This is scientifically proven that this is actually happening. So hi, Christine. Hi, thanks for being here. So this is, these are scientific proof that when you are giving attention, hi, Allison Klassen. So when you're giving your attention and you're pointing your attention and you're giving clear cues, like here's sit. This is, for me, when I'm training, I use sit and stay. And when you give these clear cues with your vocal, with your command, with your vision in your head, and you are seeing your dog sitting, and you are saying, stay, sit, stay, then you're going to start to see that this is going to be a process that you're going to start to notice how easy it is. We see how traumatized animals are in shelters. Yes, I work with shelter animals, John, and we have a 100% success rate working with animals who have been severely abused, and we are able to help them to step back into their greatness and to be adopted and to be in a forever home. And I work with animals that have been highly, highly traumatized, and we're able to help them to step into their greatness, to really let go, because they live in the moment. They don't look back at the past. They live in the moment. And the more your focused attention is on them and their success, they're going to start to see and visualize and feel your energy as their cheerleader, like you're their cheerleader. Yes, they are your cheerleader. You know, you are what they are, looking for. And you are helping them to remember their magnificence. You're helping them to remember their greatness. And you don't go into thinking about the past, because dogs don't think in the past. They live in the moment. So when they're in the moment and you're in the past, then you are the weak link. When you're connected in, remember we talked about this, when you're connected in, and you're centered into that unified field, and you're centered in, and you're the coach, and you're the loving leader. Absolutely. Hi, Nellie. Thanks for being here. So when you're tuned in and you're connected and you're using all of your multisensory gifts and you're using your telepathic gifts and you're connecting and you're using these non-communication skills, you're going to start to see these changes in the way that you are connecting with your pets, and then eventually with the people in your life. You can use all of this transferable to the people in your life also. But some of the things that we talked about, so I want to talk to you about when you are doing these practices. So let's talk about a little bit more about the pictures that you're getting and how these, how do we acknowledge these behaviors and strong points by focusing on what we do want and what we would like to experience, and believing in our pets and seeing the best in them so that they can be their great self, so that they can step into their greatness. So these are why I'm putting this show together, why I'm doing this show, is because I really, thank you, John. I'm glad that you didn't know this, because that's why I'm doing the show, is because I wanted to create a space where people can learn these gifts and learn to tap into these gifts, because you all have them. You have all of these gifts. You have all of them. And really all you need to do is unleash them. I'm silly, right? I'm a dog trainer, so you have to unleash them. You have to unleash your gifts. So I just cracked myself up. I just cracked myself up. So you have to unleash these gifts. So this is just part one. This is the first week. So next week we'll be doing more. So bring your notebook, type in the chat if there's anything that you have any questions, or if there's anything that that you would like to share, that you think I have clear seeing. I'm more of a clear hearer. Type in the chat. Just what do you think? What did you get from this today? Just type into the chat. You know, I'm gonna really, really connect with you guys to help you to see your gifts, to really start to embrace those gifts and explore them and expand them. And that's what we're going to do together. So we're going to explore and expand your gifts so that you can have this communication with your pets, with your kids, with your parents, with your siblings, with your spouses. It starts with the animals. It's really easy with the animals because the animals don't have judgment. They're pure love. They're pure joy. And they're helping us to remember that we're pure love and pure joy too. You got so much from this. Awesome, Margaret Ellen. Yes, you've got a question, Gina Marie. Awesome. What's that question? Rescue Kitty is playing right now. Yay, Allison. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, and you can do a lot of this work. I'll do a special, I learned that I'm not nuts because that's awesome. You're not nuts. Of course you're not nuts. So we'll do special episodes about kitties. We'll do special episodes about dogs. And if you have, you know, if you want to learn more about some of the wild animals and the ways that you may be getting messages from birds or from, you know, the beautiful dragonflies or butterflies, we're going to go into all of that because this is all about talking animal sense, right? This is all about talking animal sense. So we'll be coming together here every Thursday. So put this on your calendar, put this on your schedule. And today at 1:11 Pacific Standard Time, we are doing a global wave of love for the children. We're doing a global wave of love at 1:11. The kittens we're getting were not in the safest place when it's worth it to take kitties early from their mom. The litter died when I was told they were 6 weeks. The kittens we're getting are not in the safest place. When is it worth it to take kittens early from their mom. Honestly, I don't think that they should be taken from their mom. I think the best thing to do is just keep, being there and seeing that the mom is taking care of the kittens, being there and making sure. I will be doing a global wave of kindness, a wave of love, respect, and support for the children at 1:11 Pacific Standard Time. So I believe that would be 11. 11. That would be in the morning, I think, for you, Allison. I'm not sure. Where are you? Which time zone are you in? It'll be 11. It'll be 1:11. I'll post it and I will share it out on all of the places. And I'll also be back with Terry Angel at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Spirituality Gone Wild. So turn on your notifications so that you'll get notified when we are live. So turn on your notifications. Yeah, it'll be 4:11 Eastern for you. 4:11 Eastern. Yep. So it'll be 4:11 Eastern. Yay, what a beautiful number. So we'll do a beautiful global meditation for the children. And then I will be doing Thankful Thursday on Gratitude Happy Hour with Terry Angel. And Terry Angel and I are writing a book together that is for Time Heals for Animals. Thank you. I thought it was best to wait a few weeks. Yes, absolutely. I really believe in keeping families together. Absolutely. I think it's really important that you, make sure you have a very, very good presence in where the kitties are, and making sure that if you feel that it's not a safe environment, that you pop in and you check in with them a lot. Make sure that you let the people know you're going to be checking in, and let them know that you'll be checking in periodically, and that you will be, that way they'll be on, more of a, making sure that they're being as best they can possibly be too. So it'll be good for them to know that you're going to be checking in periodically. Okay. That'll be good for the kitties and good for the mama kitty also. So, and do check in, sweetheart, do check in. If you feel intuitively, if you feel that clear cognizant feeling like I need to go check on those kitties, you do it. You make sure that you trust in your own instincts, trust in your own intuition, trust in your gifts, you guys, trust in that clear cognizance. This is something that is so, so important, that you start to trust in yourself. You start to trust. And this is the easiest way, is to start by working with animals, because the animals will help you, and they will, yes, the animals will help you. They will help you because they are pure love and they are pure joy, and they're here to help you remember that you're pure love and you're pure joy. When the animals started asking me to be a messenger, they asked me to start sharing messages. The most important message that they said when I started doing my talk show, when I started doing my radio show, Positively Pets, a couple years ago, was 4 lessons that the animals have come to teach us. To be unconditional. Write this in your journal. Be unconditional. Be forgiving. Be in the moment. And just be pure joy. What if every human understood that that is the purpose of us being here on the planet? The animals are teaching us. They're helping us to remember. They're helping us to remember our magnificence. They're helping us to remember our greatness. They're helping us to remember this important lesson. And now they've asked me to start doing this weekly. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and invite your friends, share it out. I've been thinking about I've been thinking about them. We'll walk down here soon. Happy kitties. Awesome. Yes. So if this was a good lesson, please go on over to Spirituality Gone Wild. If you're new to Spirituality Gone Wild, like our page, leave us a little review. We donate all of our time here, every one of us, Debbie G, Terry Angel, myself, Carrie B, Jason, we all donate our time here when we do these shows. It's because we want to help and educate. We love you. We are so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. We want to help be a messenger for the animals, for the angels, for your loved ones, for all of the energies of the beautiful unified field, that we're all in this together. Remember, we're all in this together, right? We are all in this together, connecting hearts in every weather. All right. Have a great day, guys. Yes. Yes, enjoy your kittens. And definitely, I can't wait to see them. And I can't wait to see the pictures. And I can't wait. Yes, love you too, Margaret Ellen. I love you too. And thank you for always writing a review, Margaret Ellen. You are so, so consistent and such a wonderful, wonderful friend. I'm so grateful for you. And wow, look at your beautiful live streams that you're doing, all of your amazing readings that you're doing, and see, people are seeing your magnificence. And that's beautiful, because when they see your magnificence, Margaret Ellen, it mirrors back to them and they remember their own magnificence. That's what we talked about, the mirror neuron. Remember that, you guys. Remember that mirror neuron that we talked about, right? And shine your light as bright as you possibly can, and share your gifts. Share your love, share your kindness, share your respect, share and share and share, and know that the more you share, the more you will receive. It's just the law of giving and receiving. The more that you share your love, the more abundantly you share with your hands wide open. Here are my beautiful gifts. Accept them. You're going to see that more and more people are going to see their gifts. They're going to see their own magnificence. And then we're going to have a beautiful world where we're all working together as a beautiful global family. And that's what this is all about. That's what Spirituality Gone Wild is all about. It's about us coming together and creating a space online where we can really unite as a family and experience this collective consciousness, experience unity consciousness. And that's what this is all about, is really learning how to navigate new energies. And the easiest way to navigate your new energy is to work with your animals. You can work with animals in nature. You can work with animals that are in your home. There's just so many wonderful ways. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you, remember, at 1:11 Pacific Standard Time, 4:11 for Eastern Time. And I think it'll be 3:11 Central. So let's all come together for our children. All right. Love and light to all of you. Thank you, Darlene. Love and light always. In all ways. Oh, I love that. That's how I signed my card, Darlene. I signed my card that way. That's so cool. That's a beautiful confirmation right there. Love and light always, in all ways. That's how I always sign it. How cool. Thank you for sharing that. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Remember, hug your pets, hug your kids, hug your parents, hug your spouse. Hug your siblings. Let them know how much you love them. Let them know how much you care about them. And you will see that more and more you will attract more and more blessings, more love, more money, more abundance, more prosperity, more joy, and it will just be mirrored back to you. So if you're new to this, come back and watch the replay and learn about mirror neurons. All right? Next week, we'll be talking deeply about you stepping into your leadership role, all right? Not just with your pets, but in your own life. Next week, we'll be talking about how do you become the loving leader with your pets first, and then a loving leader in your beautiful life experience. All right, we'll talk soon. Have a great week. I'll see you in a couple hours.